Greetings, this is Sarah, and welcome to my channel, Tarot Philosophia. So today I want to show you how you can look up your Nakshatras in astrology. And a Nakshatra is a sidereal calculation of where your planets, moon, and sun were at the time of your birth. And there are 27 of these Nakshatras. So each planet in astrology, along with the moon and the sun, are in a Nakshatra, as well as the rising sign. But the moon is more associated with the nakshatras than the planets, partially because the moon moves the fastest out of all the planets. And it moves through one nakshatra a day. So the moon goes through about one nakshatra a day. So you are all familiar with your sun sign in astrology, I'm sure. And it may be helpful to note that each zodiac sign represents 30 degrees of space. So whatever sign you are in astrology, that is 30 degrees of space. But a nakshatra is 13 degrees and 20 minutes of space. So each zodiac sign represents 30 degrees of space, and there are 12 signs, and this completes a circle of 360 degrees. Well, a nakshatra represents only 13 degrees and 20 minutes of space. And there are 27 of them again. And if you do the math, you can see that that covers the 360 degrees of space as well. So a nakshatra is just basically a smaller portion of measured space than the zodiac signs themselves. And it also has very specific stars in the cosmos associated with each of the nakshatras. And with each nakshatra, there is a plethora of symbology and Indian deities associated with them, as well as plenty of Vedic myths that tie into the nakshatras. And today I'm going to show you how to find your nakshatras. And if you are new to nakshatras and learning about the stars of your astrology, I also want to suggest that a great place to start in learning about them and all the stories and legends and symbols and deities associated with them is Dicara on YouTube or Dr. Arjun Pai on YouTube. And there are plenty of others, but I feel like I just wanted to recommend a place that's a good place to start. And I will write their names in the description box so you have the correct spelling when you look them up as well. So let's get started on how you can find your nakshatras, how you can have them calculated for you. So you see here that I have www.vaultoftheheavens.com, vaultoftheheavens.com. And you go to right here, once you've typed this into your browser, to free chart calculator. Okay. So I'm going to just type in today's date. But what you're going to do here is you're going to type in your birth info, your name, and then what is your date of birth. But for now, I'm just typing this in, and I'll just leave this at midnight in the USA. And then you would type in your birth, or at your birth town where you were born. So you type in again here your name, your birthday, the year you were born, and I hope you have the correct time. We're going to just leave it at 12 midnight here, but I hope you have the correct time of your birthday to put in there. That's always nice. And right here it says North Indian or South Indian, and it really doesn't matter. So we are just I'm gonna go with North Indian. So you go to continue. And it wants you to make sure that's correct, and it is. Okay. Now let's scroll down. This is the Vedic chart right here. And let's scroll down. And this area right here, see if we can move this. Yeah. So this area right here, if you go over here, you can see it shows you what your ascendant is in, right? And so we got right here this ascendant, and we just keep on going, and it says it's in Scorpio, it's in the sign. And we have the sun, and this is today, it's in Aquarius right here, we see that. And then we have the moon, and it's in Aquarius as well. And all of the planets are listed, as well as the ecliptic points of Rahu and Ketu, which have to do with the sun and Earth's path. Right here, Rahu and Ketu, very important points in astrology. The sun, the path of the sun, the path of the moon, and where they meet in relation to the Earth and form eclipses. That's what Rahu and Ketu are right here. So they will have the signs for that, and all the planets. So if someone was born when this chart was made, it was moon in Aquarius, right? But if you keep on following this column, it says the ascendant, and the ascendant is the same thing as the rising sign, right? And the rising sign is just that point on the eastern horizon where the sun rises. And it represents the constellation on the horizon at the time of your birth. Okay, so when this chart was done, and you'll have typed in your information, of course, the ascendant and the the ascendant was in Scorpio, but you can come over here, and this is where it says it. The nakshatra was in Svati. Okay, and the sun is in Dhanishta, and the moon, we keep on going over here, is in Satabisha. Mars, we follow over it here, is Purva Ashada. Mercury, Uttara Ashada. Jupiter, Satabisha. So it's the same that the moon is in as well. Venus is in Purvashada. Saturn is in Dhanishta as well. Rahu is in Kritika, and Ketu is in Anuradha. Okay. All right. So let's see. So if, for example, you were wanting to learn more about your nakshatra in regards to you, I think you would probably want to start with the moon, just because it's associated most closely with the nakshatras, right? So let's say this is a chart for you. You've got moon in Satabisha, right? So what you would probably want to do is you would want to go on YouTube and look up Dicara's channel, or our Dr. Arjun Pai, or there are others, but I personally really like them. That's why I'm referring you to them. And you would type in, Vic Dicara's Satabisha and nakshatra. And you would have them, and then you can have them tell you all sorts of lore and information about your nakshatras, all sorts of lore and information about your nakshatras by simply just typing in Satabisha nakshatra. I mean, you can even just type that in and see what comes up. But I do like Vic Dicara a lot, and I like Dr. Arjun Pai. So that is how you do it. That is how you find your nakshatras. And I imagine you will want to look at all of your nakshatras and not just the moon as well. But I just am saying the moon because which one do you decide, right? When you are first getting started. But I encourage you to look at all of your planets. You know, if your sun is in the Dhanishta, or the moon in the, or I mean Mercury, you know, Jupiter, we've got all these planets right here and these points. So I would encourage you to just check them all out. and listen to the symbols and the lore and all that stuff associated with them. But if you're wondering where to start, perhaps the moon. Okay, so that's how you do it. So if you like this content and it was helpful to you, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel, Tarot Philosophia. But also I want to say that I would love to hear your feedback in how you feel that you relate to the Nakshatras. So if you have a chance after diving into all of this and learning about your Nakshatras, please come back and share your insights that you have learned from learning about them and how you relate to them in the comments. I would love that. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I hope all of you out there are having a great day.